The cemetery in Adıyaman gets bigger every day. More than 7,000 new graves have been added since the earthquakes in February. Many are temporary, without headstones. Memories salvaged from the rubble. A bridal veil, a soccer jersey. Sevda Alacan comes here almost every day. She lost a large part of her family in the quakes.
This is my niece's grave. She was 9 months old. Here are my father and my mother. Here is one of my brothers and his children and his wife. Sometimes I wish I had died too. It's hard to go on living like this.
Adıyaman is considered a stronghold of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's party. But the quakes may have shaken confidence in the longtime Turkish leader and his Islamic-rooted AKP. Recently, Erdogan came to Adıyaman and promised a speedy reconstruction. But in the tent camps, where many now have to live, skepticism is rife.
After other earthquakes, they didn't rebuild everything either, so I don't think they will do anything. They will just forget about us.
They say they'll rebuild our houses in 1 year. How is that possible? We can't even clear the rubble in 1 year. Adıyaman is still mostly rubble.
Erdogan promises to help only to win the elections. I swear to God. People are hungry and miserable here.
Burak Binzet is head of the opposition CHP in Adıyaman. He says the government is making a lot of promises before the May 14 elections. But the reality is different, he says.
Months have passed since the quakes, and there are still not enough toilets or drinking water. The people in tents here have no prospects. This is state failure. No one but the government is responsible for it. There will be a political earthquake in the elections, not only here, but in the whole country. It will not be a bad quake, but a good one.
That's little consolation for those who survived, but whose lives have been torn apart. Aylin Dağdeviren mourns the loss of her parents and brother. She feels helpless and alone.
I feel sad about the time I won't have with my family anymore. My brother was about to turn 15. I brought a birthday cake to his grave, but he wasn't there anymore to blow out the candles.
Aylin wasn't in Adıyaman the day the quakes hit. When she came back, her family home was no longer there. Rescue teams arrived only days later, she says. Large parts of the city had collapsed. Many houses were poorly built. Experts say the government has not done enough to prepare against earthquakes. To this day, no one can say exactly how many people were killed.
No one admits mistakes. No one resigns. No one takes responsibility. If the buildings had been built earthquake-proof, if the authorities had checked regularly, then not so many people would have died.
Süleyman Kılınç has heard this criticism many times in recent weeks. He himself lost relatives in the quakes. But as mayor of Adıyaman and representative of the ruling AK party, many say he's partly responsible for the problems.
There may have been shortcomings, but surely not intentionally. No one should distort the truth to gain political advantage. Now we must take care of people's problems. That is our plan. And we'll continue to do that just as we've done for the past 20, 30 years.
At the cemetery, where Sevda Alacan mourns her family, the discussion about the upcoming elections seems far away. Many don't even know where, amidst the destruction, they will be able to vote. From here, one thing is clear. Whoever wins will face a very difficult task: to restore hope, where now there is only despair.